Okay, we're live. So, hi everyone. Welcome to the Foreman Community Demo. I'm Nofar, I'm a Foreman developer, and I'll be your host for today's demo. Today we have some updates to share with you about our last release, some communities news, and some new things we've been working on. But before we get started, the demo is all about showing you the latest updates and answering any questions you might have, so we want to hear from you. To make it as interactive as possible, feel free to ask questions and share your thoughts with us. You can do this in two ways, by posting your question and comments on IRC at the Foreman, or by using the YouTube live chat feature, as we'll be monitoring both. Okay, let's have a quick look at our agenda for today. Just want to make sure that, the connection is not great. Let me check why. Oh, unfortunately, I don't think I can do anything with it. So yeah, let's hope this will get better in the next few minutes. Okay, so let's go back to our agenda for today's demo. We don't have a lot of topics since it's a public holiday in Czech Republic, so we have two topics from me, two from Maria, and one from Jeremy. And just before we're starting, a quick reminder about Foreman birthday event, which will be in 3 weeks from today. It's going to be in the same hour as the community demo. And so if you haven't already, please save the date, and we can't wait to see you there. Okay, the first topic, it's not a demo, it's a topic to share with you. It's from me. Just want to make sure. Okay, the connection is still not great. Let me do one quick adjustment, please. Okay, and we'll move on to our next topic. And I would like to share with you a post I created today. And actually, it will be better if I share my screen with you. So let me do that. Okay, we can continue. So this is a post I created today, where I want to suggest some ideas of how we can improve the demo. So the first idea came up to my mind is to add a co-host to moderate the demo with me. I think it can be a great idea to have two people to interact, to ask more questions, and to have a better discussion. So if you think you can help me out with this and take a bigger part in the community, please volunteer to do that. I'm here, we can discuss the details. And secondly, my next idea was to start the demo by showing some examples of popular use cases. I think a lot of our users will be happy to see us, the developers, and also other experts in Foreman that can show us the cool things they can do with Foreman and how they are using it to its fullness. So if you think of ideas to topics to demonstrate, please feel free to reach out to me. You can write here in the post. You can message me directly to suggest any topics. And also, if you want to show something, if you think you have a good example or something that our users can benefit from, please don't hesitate to volunteer to demonstrate it. And lastly, started working on a document for us, the presenters, with some steps we can follow to make it easier for us to present and make sure we follow all the required steps and we're not forgetting anything. This is work in progress document, just the first ideas came up to my mind. You can read it, you can comment it, and you can definitely share your opinion about it with me. Yeah, I think that's it for this topic. And of course, if you have anything to say about that, I'm here for you, and I would love to hear your thoughts about it. And until then, yeah, I guess we can move on to the next topic, which will be presented by Jeremy.
All right, thanks, Nofar. I'm sharing my screen here. Hey, everyone, I'm Jeremy with the Katello team, and I am here with an update for you about the future of katello-agent. So when we last left off, our friend Jonathan Terrell gave you an update in September 2021. That was 10 Katello releases ago. And back at that time, what we said was katello-agent will not be removed in Katello 4.0, even though it's been deprecated for several releases now. And that is what happened. We did not indeed remove katello-agent in Katello 4.0. In fact, it's been around ever since then until today. We also told you once the new pool provider is released, katello-agent will remain supported for the following 3 to 5 Katello releases. And that was rather prescient on the part of Mr. Terrell, because pool provider has been around since Katello 4.5. So that means Katello 4.9 will be the 5th release that pool provider has been available. So that brings us to today's announcement. Finally calling it, katello-agent will be removed in Katello 4.10. And to be very clear, what that means is Katello 4.9 will be the last minor release with katello-agent present. Katello 4.10 will not have katello-agent available. And so upgrading to Katello 4.10 will require removal of katello-agent if it's enabled. That's going to be handled by the installer. As far as alternatives to katello-agent, remote execution is the way forward here. As we know, remote execution has 2 different modes. The pull mode is the one that's most like what katello-agent does, because it doesn't require any SSH communication to the hosts. You don't have to put SSH keys on your hosts, and it doesn't require any outgoing connection from your Spark proxy to the hosts. All of the communication is initiated on the host itself with the pull mode, which is similar to how katello-agent used to do it. And it just subscribes to jobs. And then if you're open to it, there's also SSH mode, remote execution, which has been around forever. So hopefully one of those 2 alternatives works for you. And as always, I'm available for any questions here or online. Thanks.
Hey, thanks, Jeremy. Moving on to our next topic for today. The new navigation menu by Maria.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Maria. I'm working on the Foreman UI. Have a few topics that I would like to get feedback on. I'll start with the new navigation. It should be available in Foreman 3.8 and in Develop branch. This is how it looks. It is expandable, and so there are 3 levels for the new menu. We did get some feedback that the dividers were a bit much, so we will probably remove them and they will look like this, which is a bit more compact view. The new navigation is live and you can try it out. And if you have some feedback, in the community post, there is a link to where you can leave feedback, which is right here. And if we can implement it and it will make sense, then we will, hopefully. And the new navigation, because it might be a bit difficult to get used to or just to use, we will be adding a search function, which will look like this. So you will have your new navigation and there will be a button and you can search, for example, a host. Then you can go to any page and it will just navigate you there. There is also a community post for that where you can leave feedback, and just so I will see like what users want and if this implementation makes sense to them. And my other topic is adding a banner to Foreman. We have these settings that's called instance title, and that just adds this small icon to the header toolbar, and then it says just the instance title. And it was made so users can tell the difference between different Foreman instances. And we got some feedback that it's not visible enough, and they would like something like very visible and maybe with different colors. So I'm suggesting that we will use like a banner above the header with some colors. So this is a red example, and this is a gray example. So users can see right as they go into the Foreman which Foreman they are using. And also here requesting feedback. If you have any opinions, suggestions on that, it will be helpful. And yeah, those are my topics for today. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Maria. So the next topic is for me. So let me share my screen. And by the way, I see we have +1 for the compact view already from Maximilian. Okay, we'll zoom in one more. So my topic, sorry, didn't show you. My topic is a new API endpoints to add and remove a single Ansible role. This one is from Olaf, one of our developers who couldn't be here today with us, so I'll demonstrate it for you instead. And let me show you an example. I think an example will be the easiest way to demonstrate it. So right now I'm using Hammer, and I ran the command hammer host group Ansible roles list with the ID 1 for my first host group. So here you can see this host group has 3 Ansible roles currently. So the previous state was that if you wanted to add or remove a single Ansible role, it wasn't possible, unfortunately. So for example, let me run the command. So we have hammer host group Ansible role and assign ID, of course, is 1, and the Ansible role. It's going to be easier to copy paste it. Yeah, Ansible roles. So the Foreman activation keys. So right now what I'm doing is I want to add this new role to my host group. I'll press enter. Okay, and I see Ansible roles were assigned to the host group. That's great. Let's rerun the first command to see the results. but fortunately now we see only the last Ansible role I just added. So we wanted to fix this situation, so you'll be able to add one Ansible role without overriding the rest of them. And so we created a new command. Instead of assign, it's going to be add, and I'm going to just copy paste the command, so it's going to be easier. So basically you can see the same command, just instead of assign I use the word add, and now I'm adding a new role, which already I had it before, if you can see here, with the ID number 4. It's a little bit slow for some reason. I guess one role will be enough to show you. Okay, now let's print the results. What I want to see is 2 roles, not just the last one. This is the new addition that we added. That was added in Foreman 3.6 and in Foreman Ansible 11.z. Yeah, we can see 2 roles here. So this is number 1, and the new solution that I want to show you actually talks about the API. So let's move on to the API, and now I'm going to do a curl command in order to add a new role. So I'm going to copy paste it, and the command is put, which we added it in order to add one new role to the host groups. As you can see, host group /1, this is the ID, and Ansible roles with the ID 3, which is the content view publish. Okay, I see 200 HTTP result, which is great, and let's rerun the first command to print the results. Okay, yeah, and we can see now we have 3 Ansible roles. We didn't override none of them with the new solution. So I demonstrated also with Hammer and also with API. Let me show you one more example of how we can delete a single Ansible role using the API. So the command is again curl and delete localhost API host groups, and then the ID, which is 1 again, and I'm going to delete the last role I just added. Okay, again 200 result, which is great, and let's print out the results. I'm expecting to see only 2 Ansible roles, number 6 and number 4. Yeah, great. Okay, that worked. Okay, and the same can be done for the hosts. So I demonstrated for the host groups, but we can also do it for the host. Okay, so let's, for example, print out one of our hosts. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so we have this host with also 3 Ansible roles, and I'm going to show you this time the previous state, but with an HTTP call. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy paste it here. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, so we have again the curl command, and this time I'm using a post command. This is the only option we had in the API for adding Ansible roles. And you can see I'm adding the Ansible role with ID 3. Oh, I see I already have it, so I should probably change it. Instead of 3, let's go with 5. Okay, and let's print out the results. So I would like to see 4 Ansible roles because I just added 1, but obviously, yeah, I'm going to get only 1 Ansible role. This was the previous state, and now we have a new API call with put. So I'm using CRL put, and again the same host with ID number 60, and I want to add the Ansible role number with ID number 3. Okay, see 200 code results, which is good, and I'm going to print out, yeah, the Ansible roles. Now we can see we have 2. I didn't overwrite the first one, which is great. Let's do one more, just 4. And the last command I would like to show you is the delete, the API call to delete a single Ansible role for the host. Okay, great. We have 3 roles, and I have CRL, yeah, to delete the role with ID number 3. Okay, let's print out the Ansible roles. Yeah, only 2, only 4 and 5 are left. Okay, yeah, so this is a new API calls that we added. You can use them the same way that you can use the hammer command to remove and add a single Ansible role. And yeah, that's it for me. Any questions? Let's see. I can see questions, so let me stop sharing. Okay. No, no questions. Okay, that's all the topics we have for today. It was a relatively short demo. If there aren't any questions, I guess I would say thank you everyone, and we'll see you next time. And regarding the date for the next time, so it should be in 3 weeks, but we also, as I mentioned in the beginning of the demo, we have the birthday event in 3 weeks in the same at the same hour. So we'll keep you posted about the date for the next community demo. That's it. Thank you everyone. See you next time.